This is your favorite curator, the digital collectible curator, and I get asked pretty much on a daily basis, Cat, why do you give two shits about DeGods? We're in the post-Frank era. Well, I don't care about the post-Frank era because fact is, we are still here. I am I'm a fan of DeGods art. Many people feel a certain way about it. Like it's either like really positive, really negative, right? Like their original founder, Frank, is like one of the most notorious people within the Solana space. Beloved by many, hated by many, right? And like very little in between. Let's just say it like it is. But fact is, I think there just is no second kind of DeGods, right? These guys have seen like the highs of highs, the lows of lows. They kind of own a basketball team, right? Which is kind of funny in hindsight. They had like so many celebrities rocking DeGods. We're talking about Wayne Rooney, Darren Till, Ice Cube. So many people out there had got like in touch with DeGods, right? But obviously, whatever goes up must go down as well. So, anyways, let's just start out with like what it's all about. First of all, being the art. I think this is some of the best looking art on chain, right? I fuck with this. I think this is awesome. I don't care whether you are on Solana, if you prefer trading on Bitcoin, Sui, Monad, whatever makes you happy. But I'll tell you this much. I do not think there's any other brand like DeGods which has like the cool visual aesthetics like DeGods, right? Secondly, what I should say is that the community is pretty much second to none, right? They have so many people there who just care so much about collecting this art. The way people are hoarding these grills, collecting these grills, and acquiring these grills is just nuts by lack of better term. And what do I mean by that? Is that it's quite often that on a weekly basis, you see like these 8 to 11 times like the floor price being paid for these kind of super grills, right? It's not dead, as many people are saying. It did get abandoned by the original founder at some point, but we will dive into that later, right? So maybe to start off with, if we're going to talk about the art, let's talk about the art, because like if you're going to check out the art, you actually have 3 if not 4 versions, right? So you're going to like with your piece of art, there are 3 seasons, and season 2 actually has like a reworked version as well. So like first of all, you see season 1, season 2, season 3, right? And I mean, like we can have like a look at like season 2.5 here. There you go, right? So rather than just like getting a profile picture, you're getting 3 profile pictures, right? I mean, looking at the history, it's quite apparent like the many highs and the many lows there have been. And I think, I mean, like, let's just say it like it is. At some point, Frank probably was like the most hated person on the Solana NFT space, right? I'm not judging whether like the hate if it was rightfully so. I wasn't there. But what I can say though is that this guy has been like a marketing genius, right? If you're looking, for example, to like some of the highlights, you see Hasbulla, you see Ice Cube, Jack Butcher, Wayne Rooney, Lil Pump, Andrew Tate, People, Ansem, Darren Till. I mean, like, you're seeing so many famous people within like the DeGods ecosystem. And obviously, right now they're not, because like those are just bull market things. And I mean, look at Logan Paul and Pokemon cards these days, right? Kim Kardashian and Pokemon cards rings a bell. But like that's kind of what we're talking about, right? And right here, right now, like you cannot really deny the kind of like track record DeGods has had like in the past bit, right? So, anyways, having said that, the art is top notch. I think the if you look at the graph and like the influence that DeGods have had on the Solana NFT ecosystem, it's kind of undeniable, right? And like equally, if things are so bearish right here, right now, just the mindshare and like people who have heard of DeGods, I think whatever goes up must come down, but kind of like a elastic band, if you will. If it goes down by a lot, then who knows? It might go up by a lot. This is the speculative aspect. Like, I don't want to speculate too much, but like one thing I will stand by though is that a lot of people have been in touch with DeGods, right? For better or worse. So if NFTs will be like catching more hype, if Solana NFTs will be catching more hype, then well, more people have been in touch with DeGods, know of DeGods, right? So it's easy for them to think of DeGods at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, like, that's it on this aspect. Then let's just like jump to Frank real quick. I mean, like, this is our God King Frank, who sadly is not like a part of DeGods anymore. The man has definitely like reshaped the well, whatever the meaning of hype was before the NFT boom, right? Like they put like a whole different meaning to the word hype. Probably like one of like the best marketeers to ever do it. Buddy's away, right? Like he effed off. It is what it is. And Pasta took over. Pasta got sauce, right? And right now they're co-leading together with Chill, right? Being co-CEOs. We don't see Chill a lot, not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't know the guy. Sometimes I talk to Pasta. I like him. There's still like developments being made, right? Like if we're looking at like the Dusties 2.0, right? There's still like monthly raffles, etc., etc. Basically, it works like on a there are batched trades, which basically means that some of the trades within like DeGods give you a badge, and a badge would mean owning a badge means that you can claim tickets on a monthly basis. You can spend those tickets on these kind of collectibles, which are cool. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't feel like this is the same as the backpack exchange, for example, or IP rights, or anything in that matter. But what I will say though is that it's still being actively managed, right? And if it comes down to being a true collector and you only really care about the asset itself, which your boy happens to do, then it makes a whole lot of sense, right? Like, it's the team is still actively there, and like we're competing against the likes of folks who are gaslighting their community and saying like they're working hard, but they're not doing anything. Also, when you would just like have a look at some of like the on-chain data, right? If you're looking at the market cap of DeGods, for example, it's not really that high. It's only what, 27,000 Solana, which is spot number 8. But if you're looking at the volume, it always ranks quite high with the volume, right? So, I mean, like, MATLABS has like a market cap being nearly 3 to 4 times bigger. SMB has a market cap of being 3 times bigger, and DeGods has still like more than half of like the volume of that. So basically what I'm saying is that for like a fairly low market cap, the volume is fairly high, right? So just some things to take into account there. Whenever price is moving or the market would be moving, you probably would like to stick with like projects who actually offer you decent volume, because if there's no volume, you might be just like stuck in your positions, right? Anyways, I mean, like, that's what I like about DeGods. I think the community is goated. If you're taking a look at the Twitter or you're taking a look at the Discord, you actually would not even know that it's a bear market. You see like a bunch of nerds, a bunch of friends, a bunch of like people who share this passion for like this art project, and they're actively trying to get more, right? Anyway, so like TLDR, like that's my preach on why I like DeGods. Tell me what you guys think, right? Like, do you believe like DeGods is over, like in the past, in the post-Frank era? Do you think, are you mad on Frank? Are you like, don't you care about Frank? Whatever. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you like it. I'm peering out and on to the next one. Cheers.